Pravesh, is my screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You can start, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Good morning, one and all. So today we are going to be discuss with the latest trends in the mobile security. So what are the how these mobiles smartphones are increasing in our country, and as well as that how the mobile internet is increasing day by day. So these all will be we can discuss here, and what are the major threats actually. So based upon this pandemic situation, how the people are utilizing this situation to get some financial gain, and at the same time how these people are try to influence that layman's means that people who don't have a proper knowledge about these mobiles, then how those people are utilizing these people's weakness and how they are getting the personal details means the sensitive information. This all we will discuss here, and finally we can see some tips also that what we can do it and how we can be stop it at least one level, how we can be educate the people to stop these kind of major uh, things actually means how that attacker is trying to do enter into your mobile and how he want to be get your data. Well, so not only the layman perspective, and even that sometimes we also not aware of this one what is going on in our devices. So that also we can see that exact means now we can see that. So before we can, so now we can see here. So these are our agenda for today. So introduction about this our mobiles, smart mobiles, and this one, and statistics means current usage and these all. And after that we'll see the recent attacks, and then we will see that how these attackers are planned to get the data means what are the major threats, what are the major threats we are having in the mobile, then small tips and the configuration changing in the device. So when we are saying about the smart devices, means that not only just the mobile I'm saying here, that interrelated devices also. That means you can see that in a home nowadays we are hearing the word as that IoTs actually. So that means through only one mobile we are saying that so many times we can control so many things in the home. So ultimately now if you are discussing here the mobile security, then obviously it is indirectly means that a direct proportion to the devices which are connected with these devices. So when you enter the car, you're connecting through this your car with this mobile, and then when you enter into your home, then TV and then refrigerator, this AC, and these all we are connecting. So sometimes we are using the Google Assistant then directly, and so many our cameras in a home we are keeping the cameras for security purpose. Then so those kind of things also will be affect when you are connecting with the mobile. So that means our data may be exposed if our device is compromised actually. But still, if you see then the people are most of the people don't know about this one. If my device is lost, then I will lost so much data, or just I will lost my photos and these all. So people are thinking like that, I lost the device, okay, let it be. So then we can block it. Otherwise, just we will, anyways, we won't get it. Just go for the next new one. So like this, when they are thinking, then these mobiles are day by day started, the numbers of these mobiles are increasing. So why? Because people are now actually the mobile is become like a compulsory object in our home actually. It's not like a before that it may be like that he has some smartphone means maybe he doesn't mean like that he compulsory need it. Sometimes it is like that he is showing some comfortable level, that's what he is using the smartphone. But today is a smartphone is became like that compulsory in every home. Maybe due to the pandemic we can observe it, otherwise maybe that data cost is reduced, maybe that is the reason it can be, and so many. Okay, so then why the people are thinking that mobile is compulsory at home? Even he don't know what are the exact functionality of all the parameters in his device. So what are the features it have? This all he don't know anything. He just want to be use this mobile. Why? The first thing, camera. The second thing, some personal use, like a calculator you can see then, and then any document creator, document scanner it will be, and sometimes it can be like a for reading or listening and watching the videos. These are the major criteria for that user where he can use this device. So apart from this, the device itself having so many other functionalities. So that you can see that whenever we are using this device nowadays, we are saying very clearly. So there are so many China apps are there that are targeting with our device and our sensitive data. So whenever I purchase a device, so we mostly ask them what is the camera. So then what is the RAM? What is the storage? So then next we are going with the directly with the screen size, resolutions and these all. How and most of the time we are revolving around this only. And some if he is a very educated person, then he will ask what is the processor in this one. Apart from this, if you are looking who are the manufacturer of this device, that is the first question actually we have to be asked. Why? Because if you can see then, so these all are common functionality. If you see the camera, calculator, barcode, and anything, these all you are taking. This is common functionality. If you purchase that low-end device or high-end device, these are the common functionality you will get it. But these functionalities, these apps which are present in the device, how secure those are more important for us actually. Nowadays, the mobile devices, if you are seeing in India, so the tremendous growth actually. So why? Because there are n number of the OEMs, means manufacturers. So n number of manufacturers are available in that country. So then we cannot, every week you can see that, however, the Friday, the new movie will come. The same time, if you're seeing these mobile devices also, every week, at least the average itself, it is telling 8 models are releasing into the market, including all the OEMs. You are just 1 month back, we purchased that Redmi Note 9. Now 10 series came into the market. We purchased that M11 just 2 months back. Now they are telling M30 series came into the Samsung. OnePlus, every 6 months, one new model. Realme, they said the Realme 1, Realme 2, and 6, 7, almost like a 6 are completed. Now they change the series. So see then, however, that into the market, in that mobile market, if you are seeing then, every week, that's so many models are coming into the market. So obviously user is things like that also. So whenever he have a device, then whenever he check with the market, then it have a more specs. Then obviously what he will try to do after 1 year maximum, then he try to do purchase the next level device by maybe the exchanging of whatever it will be, but he's trying. And even OEMs also trying to be provoke the user by providing that cost also little variation only. You can see that the variation of the cost is not more than the 5K. So not more than the 5,000 at any point actually. So these are the organizations. So these are provoking the users to take the new device. So such a way like that, when it is provoking, the users also will think about it. They will get advanced versions when compared to that his device. So that's what. So this market is increasing. So whether it can be, he can use it for his own personal way, or he can be use it for the business. So why we are saying the business means, you can see that nowadays if you travel to when you visited any small general stores, it's like a olden days we maintain some book and you will write his name and these all and his debt and everything. The one person is writing, sit and write these all actually. But now it is changed into that according to the technology. He just install some apps. So just make it one account, and then in that he is creating all this.
I shared the image in the chat. You please see and start logging into the Anydesk. All of you. Please log into the.
Hello? Hello. Can I continue my class, or shall I wait for you? Hello. My voice is audible?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Can I continue? Somebody is saying something. That's what I stopped it.
Audible. You're audible, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, Rakesh sir. So then, So now what I'm trying to say here when I'm trying to depict these OEM peoples and these all, so these n number of these models if entered into the market, the usage of the smartphones also will be increased. That we cannot say that only the models, that sometimes the people also now habituated to use the mobile for their personal as well as a business work. So in this business, whenever I'm saying then those people have to be more conscious about the device, then only it is secure to him, or else so these financial details, this sensitive information may leak to somebody. Okay, so then when we are looking into these devices last 1 year, especially that pandemic is hitting our country, you can see that before the 1 year, exactly 1.5 year back, if you see that in a home, that the parents are trying to say that kids don't use the mobile, please avoid the mobile and TV, just concentrate on the books. The same situation when you are observe that just in an especially now, otherwise the 1 month back also, if you are seeing them, we're saying those people are saying always like that, sit with this device and then solve the papers what they forwarded. So when we are saying that that much variation came, means obviously the number of users and the mobile internet as well as the device. So both the smartphone market will be affect actually. So that growth, if you are seeing then here, so what is the, you can see here the stats actually. So this released by this one of the stats means that one of the major antivirus one. So here, according to their expectations, actually, when we are seeing then, they mentioned as up to 2022, it is 442.5 users it can be actually. This is according to their expectation when it is a 5 years back actually. So, but the current statistics from those people already, 2022, you can see here 820.17 million users. Same thing before we are seeing then, their expectation is 442.5 million files. Now the same thing when here it is 820, it is increased. Present according to the market, if you are seeing 2020, we already completed 696.07 users are there with the smart mobile. The same thing when you are seeing then 2020, they mentioned as 401, means around the 400, but now it is around nearer to the 700 millions. The expectations are around 400 according to the stats of that year. But now the increase, you can see the increment is like anything here. So these are the current statistics of the users, smartphone users in our country. At the same time, you can see that mobile internet users, according to their expectations, they mentioned that 2020 they can get as 448.2. According to this one, you can see here almost this is also 700. So the growth, if you are seeing here in all the cases, so then it is almost like whatever we expected that. So more than that, another 100% hike it is actually. So then this we have to be concentrate as then how that growth of the mobile market in India. So we cannot say that only this is happening because of these manufacturers providing the offers. Otherwise, that Android is updating their versions. So otherwise, the iOS is updating their features. We cannot say only because of that. So the one thing is maybe it can be affect due to the situations like this pandemic is one example you can take. And the second thing, however, that people are adopting to the technologies, means whatever you are purchasing nowadays in the any gadget related thing, you are asking that whether it is smart or not. So that means the user itself is interested to get a smart things. Okay, he is interested to get those smart devices where he can be operated with one or two devices itself. If you have one device with that mobile, if I have, then sufficient to handle that TVs and means I can sit at my place and without using the remote, I can be switch on my fan and I can switch on my AC and I can switch on my TVs. So that means I can operate everything by using my mobile. So people are very much habituated to this one now. Why should we go with the multiple options? So we using one, we can be control everything. So whenever we are thinking the such a way like that, then what is the common point here? The mobile. So that's what they are obviously concentrating on, these mobiles. The second thing here, we can see then, nowadays, anywhere you can go. And your city or it is a village or rural area, if you are going also, I can say that 75% members are compulsory have that phone pay or GPay or some any other wallets. So what we are doing then, what that person also doing? So just open the app, scan it, pay the amount. That's it. So the mobile payments here, the mobile payments in India is increasing such a way like that with a rocket speed it is increasing actually. So you can see here, according to this is official, according to the officials, then 93.3 million payments were done up to 2019 actually. So then in 2020, it is more than this one actually. So when we try to get that data in a proper way, it is fluctuating in all the things. So, but it is saying that more than 140 plus in an average, it is saying that more than 155 they given actually. So means you can understand then in a 1 year, in a 1.5 year, the variation, it is almost like a double. So these all cases now, what is happening? The smartphone usage is increasing, the mobile payments are increasing, and the people who are storing their data inside the device also increasing. Previously, it is like a SD card. The mobile itself, it is providing a very less storage, and the SD card we have, so we can store something in the SD card, and whenever we want, we can take it off, and whenever we can insert it. This is one way we have in a previously. But now the OEM people, the manufacturer itself, it is providing 128 GBs and 256. And like that, so much data they are giving inside the device. So people are not thinking about the SD cards now. So whenever the people are not thinking about this SD card, that means if device is compromised, so the data within the device can be completely can go into on the other hands actually. Means that attacker, maybe you can think so, that a person can get everything from the device actually. So that means the threat levels are high. The threat levels are high. See, just look into the probability. So then somebody, I have only the 10 devices. If you hit a jackpot, then you will get, you can be get compromised. One device can be compromised in a 10 devices. So where I have in another side, I have 10 lakh devices. So then the probability here, it will be obviously high. Here, if you are taking the probability, only one device can be compromised out of the 10. So 1 by 10 is our probability. But when it comes to the 10 lakhs, then obviously it will be so, the probability is very, very, very high. Almost maybe it is equal to 1 then, that much probability we have for that. So that attackers and these people also, where they will be target now, the hackers and attackers, obviously they will target the mobiles which market is more and where the less security is providing. So in India, if you are looking, then we have a different OS actually. We have like some people still they are using the Blackberries, still they are using that iOS, and means iOS every time it is a trending iOS, but most of the people are using Android. It is the share market of the Android. You cannot compare with any other OS actually. We know that what happened to the Windows market. It's completely lost, but still the Android which is came after that, but still it is surviving in a nature in our market actually with a leadership actually. He's that Android is now like a leading role, correct? So in such a case, if you are thinking, then the probability of attack also be more on these Android devices. So then, so whenever the attackers are targeting this device, so most of the time, what is their target here? The first thing, any financial details are getting. Second thing, any personal detail he will get it. And third thing, the most sensitive information. Maybe it is belongs to his business. Otherwise, it maybe belongs to user's personal thing. His personal means as a business it can be, and it can be family related, anything it can be. So in a both direction they are checking now. But first priority for the financial, whether these people are able to get something from his device or not. And a second, if not that, take the sensitive information and then post it to him only and ask something. So this is the second, these are the two things where the attackers are concentrating actually. So now when we are seeing about in our country, what exactly happening then? So whenever people are in our country, if you are checking, most of the time there are two things actually here. One, directly attacking on a physically attacking on the device, means that maybe theft, the stolen devices, take it to somewhere and add it to that any technical devices, then get the information what we have. That robbery kind of things we can think so here. Means that stole that the device, then give it to somebody. That guy will get that all the information and pay something to him, and then after that, these people will sold it for the markets actually. This is one way of attacks in our devices. And second most thing, the cyber attacks. The cyber attacks itself, it is a crucial one when you are observing nowadays that statistics also is always telling that cyber attacks, it is increasing in a lakhs now. Previously, it was up to 2016 or like that. Maximum we have a 60,000 complaints are like that we are getting 60,000 to 90,000 complaints are registered. But nowadays, if you are seeing that, it is the number of the complaints per year, it is so in a lakhs now. So that means attacks are increasing. Attacks are increasing. So how it can be? So based upon the threat models in an Android, in a smartphones we have. So in a, most of the people having Android. So what is the common features in Android they are analyzing, and according to that they are applying their techniques actually. Okay, and then cyber attacks, if you're taking, it can be in the format of anything, like when you are using a one application. Suppose just one small example here. So recently, when we are checking that some of the QR codes, so what happened? He kept up on a QR code and some and a side of also another QR code is there. When we are scanning one QR code, he's not saying anything. After scanning that, he told that this is not working, so you can use it for the next scanning. But the first scanning, when we are doing that, we didn't get any payment kind of instruction, nothing we get it, just it is scanned and nothing, it is closed directly. Then he said that is not working, then go for this one. What we will do, obviously, okay, this is not working, then we can do the next one. But because we want to do the payment and we have to go from there. So this is what I was thinking. So then I did the next one, and then we close the device and we payment is success. So we went, we are not aware of the first scan, what it did. After some days, when we are looking into the device, then it is the battery is draining so much. So what was happened exactly, then we are looking. So then some of applications, some of that application is running in a background continuously, which we are not installed directly from the Play Store, and even we are not installed directly from any other my trusted source. So that means somewhere else it is installed. Okay, that means I'm not saying it is happened exactly from that QR code only, but after that only we observe that something was happened. And these kind of things, it is possible. That means he can, if he had with that malicious thoughts in a mind, then he can obviously do something with the QR codes, and he can be add that QR code. So that's what we are always saying, that when you are going with that any QR code or these kind of payments, better always those people will write the mobile number or something on the top of that actually. So we can try with the mobile number. Why with the QR code only? When you are doing with the QR code, it is affecting your device. So that's what we have to be more conscious about, that what you are doing at the time of any payments and this. At the time of payment, we have to check so many other parameters also, like whether you are connected in any public network, whether your device is having any USB tethering is enabled or not, and any other passwords, means that any hotspot or these kind of things enabled in your device, whether your Bluetooth is enabled. These so many conditions we have to be pre-check. Then only we can go for the next level actually. So as it's known persons, means we know about the device, but still I'm not sure that how many members are aware that public Wi-Fi CP are connecting. I'm not saying public Wi-Fi means only with that Wi-Fi which is available in any park, otherwise which is available in only railway stations or in the bus stations. I'm saying anywhere. If you entered into your office also, but whether some of the time that what people will do, they will connect one router and they won't keep any password. Why? Because all the people should be access that, like that they will keep. In such conditions, if you are entered into that area and if you connected with that public IPs only, then obviously there is a chance for the risk. So that's what we have to be see them properly, what is exactly we need it. And when sensitive information, when you're transferring, when you are doing some handling with the sensitive information, otherwise the payment kind of things, we should know about our device properly. This time can I do or not? I will turn off the data and I will open the mobile data, then only I can do this. So this information is so sensitive, I cannot put directly in that notes. See, recently what happened, then I visited one of my relatives' home, then I saw his mobile. So he told that just look into this mobile and whether it is proper condition, means any updates are there, like that, just he's asking. When I taken his mobile, then when we opened this Notes one, it's actually Notes is continuously running in a background, means in a notification bar, I saw that it is running. So why this notice is running, the Notes one is running. Then when I enter into that, so whatever the details he entered, so those all are, it is not a encrypted one, is nothing, just he written all that sensitive information he written there actually. And I didn't understand why it is running in a background. After that, we explored anything there. So then it got a permission actually. So whatever he want to be write it, the same thing in copy paste here. So then it have a permission and he given the permission. So it is running in a background continuously. We don't know what kind of data it is observing, whether what kind of data it is reading. But still, the notes, we can say that he written all the sensitive information directly there. We don't know whether the notes is encrypting this and storing somewhere. So that's what, when we are giving the permissions to these nodes, we obviously we have to check whether this having a storage permission or not. If having this storage permission, then better don't write in that. Storage permission, whenever it have, means it can be stored the data inside of your device. The same time, make chances that server can also get your information actually. So these are some of the points we can be adding to this our device, mobile device points actually. So why? Because in India, we are habituated to use a device such a way like that to reduce our work. But we are not thinking that second side, other side of the coin, where it can be get our data. So some of the attacks, if you are seeing here, this one of the major application, you can see that 25 million users in India are exposed to this one actually. So then, what is this application is doing actually? So this, when you are downloaded this application, it is showing like it is behaving like a normal application only, means like just normal functionality it is doing, then it is fine. But after it is taking these permissions, every time when you click on this one, it will ask one permission to get this feature should work. This feature will work whenever you given this permission. So then when what we are doing, we have started giving these permissions. When all the whatever the permission is required, if it is getting all the permissions, then what it is doing immediately, it is getting the data, means that it is collecting the data from the user. Then this it is controlling actually the CNC, that command and control, means from the server. When server is received all your data now, then it is controlling your device. But one thing is, most of the time this application is imposing tons of ads actually. Okay, so much data it is imposing here. Continuously they are imposing ads actually. Okay, such a way like that it is trying to be provoke the users to install that some malicious applications. Okay, in that case, what can happen now? My battery can be drained. Otherwise, my sensitive information will started read by that other applications which are installed by this one. And itself that application is giving the lots of ads. So obviously they will get the financial gain. And sometimes this kind of applications, what it will do means it will stay inside your device and they will be hide itself. Okay, once the application is hide itself, then in a background whether it is running or what it is doing on a surface we won't understand. So in that case, it can be read your screen data, it can be read your complete any message, a chart, if you are doing that message, and these all it can be read actually. So these are the one of recently identified application actually. So then, according to these antivirus, according to some reports actually, okay, that those people are saying that always most of the our applications are taking the permissions, and it is asking for security levels. It is providing some security level, but one point it is not using. So where there hardware level security, it is not checking properly. Any application if you are using, so that application, it is not checking from the hardware level security. That means if suppose your device is rooted by using other application, that may not notified by you your device is rooted. So some of the applications, what it is doing, it is not verifying the whether the device is rooted or not. Blindly they are installing their applications into the user. So whenever it is installing like that, the user is started using that application, there is a kind of door open to the attackers, come and take something whatever you want. If it is rooted means simple thing. Now I open that lock and I open the door. So he can come and stay in my home, and whenever he want he can go, otherwise he can be stay there permanently. So the same thing here actually. So then hardware level, if you are taking some application like a Beam and these applications, when you are trying to install that rooted device, it is verifying very clearly. It is showing that on this device, this application won't work. The reason may be this and this. So like that, all the applications should do, then only we can, at least one point we can be stop that attackers. So like that, so many things are there. So you can see that even the anti-malware solutions being used in the country are neither designed nor developed in the country. So whenever anti-malware solutions, we are saying that this is one of the anti-malware solution which is famous in India. You can check that whether it is developed by Indian people. So that means somebody else they developed. That means server and everything will be there only. So the information, whatever we are using, this entire information will store there also. I hope everybody knows about the UC browser. The time what happened exactly. So what was happened exactly in that case means the UC browser parallelly verifying with the two servers. One is with in a Hong Kong or China, and second one is in a US actually. So now one server is hitting to this one, and the data will be storing there, and another server is also collecting the some information, and it is storing in the servers actually. So like that, so many means so much sensitive information, these all are capturing by this application UC browser, and it is that's what it is behaving a malicious one. Now recently also we heard then that the government of India is taking care about the security of all the citizens in India, and it is blocked so many applications, 118 applications directly we blocked it, and after that again we are increased according to this apps, loan apps which are providing the financial apps. So these all are we are blocking. These are we are completely controlling. At least there's some damage levels we are controlling actually. So means in that case, how we are doing this blocking of these applications. So in that case, first we have to be, we are verifying whether what kind of permissions it is taking, means analysis I'm saying then. So what kind of permissions it is checking, and what are the URLs, means that any server locations, and whether what kind of data it is capturing. Like that, these are the parameters we are taking, and we are taking care about the citizens' security. So some of the things may we know that, and some of the people they don't know whether this application is blocked or not also, they don't know. Some of the people still they are having these applications in their device. They are not uninstalled also. Why? Because they open that application, it is not working, so they thought like that some problem is this internet, otherwise some problem is a mobile, so we can use it later. Still they have the banned applications in their mobile. So that means people should aware about that whenever we are applying some kind of rules and regulations then. So these are all that one of the point where these attacks can be happen on the device. And that you can see then here this. So this is one of the famous application. This in India also so many people install this one. So coronavirus tracker app actually. So this, due to the pandemic time, this application was released, and then it is tracking this coronavirus, means that in your surrounding somebody is there, and any corona means that some person identified with a positive, okay, identify the antibodies with a positive, like that it is giving information. So same time it is giving some precautions, the who given these guidelines today, government of India given this, these are like that, so many it is giving actually. So what happened then, people on the time are scared, and they are whatever they are looking related to this corona, then they started installing that app, and they are reading it, and they are following that actually. So this app, what it is did, so it is taking the complete control using the accessibility service, using the device administration, and all the complete control it is taken on the device. Then one day you are getting that your device will be completely locked, and you will get as a one notification on this lock screen, your device is locked, okay, and all your sensitive information with me. So pay that 100 bitcoins, means that virtual currency they are saying. So then bitcoins, then we can be unlock your device. So this is what we got it. So most of the people, what they are thinking, then $100 means is a huge, then I can get the new mobile, so no need to be spent on this one. So if you are thinking like that, then we can throw that mobile and we can use next. But what if we have a sensitive information in that one? So it can be exposed that contacts and videos, images, and all the financial details, whatever you have, he can be send it to throughout the dark web, correct? So where the so many people are ready to get this sense personal images and these all, we know very well. So so many fake applications are there in Instagram, and then Twitter and Facebook, and even that WhatsApp also they are creating, and they are taking one number and using some girls images, otherwise the boys images they are keeping. They are saying that this is so and so I am, and all the information. Anyways, this dark web is giving that images and as well as the some information, so that all the information they are writing there, so it's looked like a genuine person only. So then they started doing their malicious activities. So this COVID-19 coronavirus tracker, so then this application is, after installing 1 or 2 days, it will be a work fine. Immediately one day your screen will be locked, and they are asking for the bitcoins. So this is one of the recent attacks, so which is majorly affected most of the devices in a country and even global wise also. So then second one, this was the spyware attack. So zero click means nothing you will do. You will get a call from the WhatsApp. Okay. So that call, if you attempt it or if you are not attempt also. Okay. So both case without doing any click. So then it can be affect your device actually. So this Israel group was created this this spyware. So according to this one, they are not target all the people. They are targeted some specific persons in a country. Maybe it can be with that some person who is involved in that security domains, or maybe it is he is involved in other important domains. If he is, then for that kind of people, they forwarded this attack and the spyware. So where they observed all the information of their WhatsApp locations, and even the conversations between others, and this kind of all the data they started stole from these critical persons actually. This is one famous one. Then after that, where when we are discussing about this zero click, so why we said the zero click means in an Android, without click nothing will happen. When you started tap on the device, when you started click on the buttons, when you started click on the URLs, then only the problem will start actually. So whenever we click on the malicious URLs, then obviously it will affect our device. So like that, so many things are happening only based upon the click mechanism. So that's what we are mentioned that here zero clicks. So next one is that well-known one, the Facebook's data analytics details, I mean, deals, how it was, the data is leaked between this one. Still today also, Facebook is still asking the survey kind of thing. They are giving that you will get a scratch card if you did this survey. Then people are thinking this only survey, then I will do it and you get a scratch card. So then I can use it somewhere else. So in that case, what they are asking, this username, password, username and your email ID and mobile number, And after that, some of the questions related to their clients' data. Maybe it's just looking like any device device needs some analysis according to that how user feels the device should be. Like the screen size is expecting, RAM is expecting what it is. So Facebook you will give a small survey like that. So your name, mobile number, and this, and after that just to provide these details, which type of the mobile you like it, and like that it will give. Otherwise, the next it can be asked for that. So when you are going to shopping, what you will be observe this one. So which color you will be like it, which this one. After 2 days, you will get a message from so and so a shopping website that so red colors, so many red colors, the new wardrobe into our in a shop, like that. So many, like that means the new styles, new bottoms came into the market, like that. They will give whatever you given that 2 days back, the same thing they will be analyzed, and then you will get a message from them. So when you're thinking about the some medicines, then immediately you will get a message from that so and so app, the 2 mg, 1 mg, or 3 mg. You will get a message like that. So this diabetic medicines are 10% off, 20% off, deals ends today night only. So hurry up. So that means they are collecting the data from where it can be the applications like a Facebook and some other application. There are so many. We cannot say only the Facebook, but that everybody have this one. So then we can be say this as a Facebook data, and even it is already identified in a 2016 president elections in a US. We are very known about this one, Cambridge Analytica, where it got the complete information in Facebook, and then according to that they campaign, and then so we know the result what was happened then. So these all the things are happening in our in an app, means that app based in the device I'm saying. So the next level attack, if you have seen, then is not only from our end. Sometimes that organization will do the mistake, means from our end we are trusted the organization, so we saw that we are saving the data, we are saving the credit card, debit cards, and these all in that application. So you can see that I hope that nowadays everybody have a Amazon app in their device. So if you see that Amazon app, then most of the time it will store our credit cards. So can you believe the Amazon, then it is providing that perfect security to your credit cards and this. So that means there is a chance still. So that whatever, when we trusted the application also, sometimes the doors can be open. Sometimes it's a 1 hour or 2 hours. Most of the time they are telling that, so maybe it's a rumor or whatever it is, that saying that SBI server is compromised, then so many members' details are exposed. Okay, so like that we are hearing that kind of words actually. So the same thing was happened with the Uber. The users as well as their partners, means that drivers data is completely not handled perfectly, means that in a server side they are not encrypted. It's kept in a plain text where all that payment details and all their details and the home address and everything now exposed completely into the market. The dark website got all this information. Okay, so then these kind of things the company is not ready to share with the users. Okay, this mistake was happened, so please update something like that. So they only again change something, but meanwhile the damage can happen. That's what we can see. Then these applications were not handling the security mechanisms properly. So when we are discussing about these all, so now whatever the things you are looking here, just one more thing I will show you. Means recent things when we are looking here. So this Arogya Setu one is the one where we can be see that the fake Arogya Setu apps are carrying that spyware spotted. These even the CDAC is now we are implemented one application, so that is mKavach. In that also we are identified that the hidden applications are that applications which are in the same name, still available in the device, but it don't have any icon, means you cannot see anywhere in your device, but still it is available on the screen. So available in that app list. That means CDAC we are developed one mKavach updated, means mKavach 2. So we are developed one application we are going to be released in the market. So when we tested with that our application, we spotted so many Arogya Setu apps are there. It's not just one or two. We are only saw that more than 4 apps it is spotted actually. So where when we are going through that some of the application, 1 or 2 applications are not doing much, but another one application is doing so much. So it is reading the messages. It is asking for the accessibility service. This is one of the dangerous permission according to the Android accessibility service. According to the accessibility service, so whatever you are doing on the screen, whoever having that permission, suppose XYZ application, it having the accessibility service. So that XYZ application can read what you are typing on the screen, what you are calling, what you are, how many times you are opening one application. This entire thing, the complete analysis, it will be get it. So that's what we have to be. We have to be take care about this kind of permissions, this accessibility service, and these all. Then only we can overcome this at least some spywares, and these or we can be stop actually. Okay, then this 118 apps, and already we banned it according to that applications which have stole your data, the personal data especially, so and which can be harmful our country. Those all applications we are banned. So you know about the TikTok, how was it on the time, then how many members have died also we know that, and the same thing it will be with that PUBG. The both are some of the biggest malicious things when we are seeing here. So one of the major thing when any Android device, if you are looking into that, when you are looking into that Android device, everything, any threat was happened, it's a only one reason here. So that is the permissions. Without the permissions, the application won't get to your mobile, and it won't get any data without this permission. But how many are reading these permissions? How many are thinking such a way like that? This is the functionality of this application. These are the permissions are sufficient. We don't need any other permissions. So this is the biggest thing actually. Why? Because in our case, when you are when you need one application, then directly we are going into the Play Store, then we are installing that application, and whatever the permission it is asking, without reading, without understanding the functionality of this application, we are just giving allow. Then yes, we are using the application, my work is done, I am very happy. So how could it be? So why? Because once you are giving a permission, that app can dominate you on control of this your device, and it can do anything. It can do anything. So that's the reason what we have to do in a case, the permissions, you have to get some awareness about the permissions. Then only you can give the, you can understand whether I can give the permissions or not actually. Okay, the permissions are the normal permission. When we are saying then this normal permissions are by default Android will provide, so no need to be give from our end. Means no, that application won't ask from user side, just provide this permission. Why? Because normally those are not harmful to the device. So that's what we will understand about the permission directly. Means that Android will understand about the permission, and it will by default it will provide, so we won't bother that. Signature permissions. Okay, that means any permission, the customized, in fact we can call it as a customized permissions also. This customized permissions when we are having, so that means it have a proper signature or not, whether the system Android system is accepting the signature or not. If it is accepting, no worries. If it is not, then we have to be verify whether it have a proper certificate or not. Okay, then after that, the dangerous permissions. When we are discussing about the signature permission, one more thing we have to be remember here. So some of that permissions when we are the customized permission, see then MIUI means Redmi Mobiles OS, customized OS it is. So then MIUI we are saying. The MIUI itself are having so many customized APIs itself it having. If you are using that MIUI customized permissions APIs, if you are using, it have that API have a respective permission it have. Still, it is a dangerous permission in an Android, but it is a part of the OEM, means that those are the manufacturers. Whatever the APIs they are using, they can be implemented directly. The Android also won't say no for that. So what those people are doing, they are taking this as an advantage, and they are using some of the dangerous permission as a system permission. So then we cannot analyze, we cannot say that this is a malicious one now. Why? Because it have all the control of the system. Then how could we say that it is malicious one? So this is one of the trick played by this China government nowadays actually. So that means we cannot say the China government is the Chinese mobiles. So if some of the devices are getting, even it is a harmful or customized ones they are using, they are getting the data whatever they want. Even Android is restricting sometimes. Why? Because it is a customized system OS, system API. So then obviously it should be true. So then second, when we are discussing about the special permission, these are the things where according to that application's usability, whether that application will work or not, based upon that these permissions are working actually. That means sometimes it will ask that I need a special permission to overlap another application. I need a one permission to be allow installation from unknown resource. So these kind of special permissions we have, but this also be when you are applying this one, when you are giving this application, you have to think twice whether this app is a trusted one or not. Means that whether this app is belongs to the proper developer or not. Like that we have to check. If it is a proper developer, then okay. If it is not a proper developer, we have to be cross check again, and then better we can be avoid it one. Why? Because some of the time you can see that. So in a Play Store, we have millions to millions applications we have. How can you say that the Play Store is providing so that is a trusted one? I cannot say that 100%, correct? So that means in such a way like that. So after if Play Store also, after we are installing, and some days after some days it is saying we are removing this app. Why? Because we found it is a malicious. So before that, whoever installed, then what about them? So this is the biggest threat actually. So to identify the fake application is the biggest challenge for the Google and for as well as for us also then. So based upon this direction, we are traveling nowadays actually to identify that special permissions kind of thing, and identifying that applications which are using this kind of permissions, whether that application is a genuine one or fake one. Sometimes the genuine applications like a some of the banking financial applications will ask about this permission, overlap of permission. Why? Because that needed whenever OTP or something comes, then they want to be read that OTP directly. So then they want to be read this data. But the same time, the malicious people also be target on this direction only. So that's what. How can it be bifurcate? How can we separate these fake apps and this genuine application is the biggest challenge every time. Okay, so this permissions we have to be understand very carefully. So what permissions you are giving? One example I can say that one of the application we saw that is in that Torch one. I hope that everyone knows about the Torch one. So that Torch application is there. So then when we are installing that application, why Bima the UPI apps ask for that? All the doubts whatever we have after my session, then I will say that. I hope it is okay to you people. Once we will continue the session, once it will be completed, all your questions I can be answered. Okay, so then, but whatever your doubts or the queries, please type in the chat box. After the session, we can continue with this. So then, whenever we are, Rakesh sir, I will inform, I will explain that. Okay, just give a moment actually. I'm going to be end this one slide, my slides, and I immediately will come into that point. So then what we have to do in that case to avoid this kind of permissions issues, to avoid that malicious things, what we have to do means the minimal things what we have to do. Always check whether any update came from the OS, means that trusted OS, means from your device. Like that, if it is OnePlus, if you are taking, then it is Oxygen OS. If it is MIUI, it is for the Redmi. The Realme, it is FunTouch OS, something like Colors OS, Color OS. Then Oppo and Vivo, Vivo, it will be FunTouch. Like that, different OS is there. If they release the update, please immediately you have to be update your device. Why? Because if there is some bug, then only they will release these patchworks. So that's what we have to immediately update the version. So always check which applications are not providing the updates and which are staying inside your device from the long run. Okay. So long back onwards, that application is stayed inside your device and it is not providing any update. So then obviously you have to be once verify the developer one. Why? Because it can be the malicious things. When starting onwards, it behave very nice and it is like a very good application, but later it can be imposed so much malicious data into your device that can be affect so much on the device. Okay, that's what we have to be verify that applications are up to date or not. That install the applications, if they complete necessary to you, then only install and install it from the trusted store, like a Play Store it can be. And in a Play Store also you have to verify whether that company is having that app or not. Very good example we can take that. So some XYZ company is there, which is famous in that tires of these vehicles actually. So one of the application is appeared in the Play Store. So this is a festival season. So we are going to be 1+1 offer. So pay only 2,500. After deliver your tire, you can pay the rest of the amount. This is for the only app level, and it is for the people, for selected people like that. In that app, it is showing. In an ad, it is came. When you click on the ad, it is redirecting to the app. Once you install the app, then it is giving one promo code, and this all it is giving. It is looking like so genuine. So then people have started doing that. Then they didn't receive any call, any confirmation, nothing. Then after that, then they called to that XYZ company. They said they don't have any mobile app. Simply they told they don't have any mobile app. So then most of now what is happening then in that case? So whether that application, the company don't have a mobile app, but why we are installing that? That means first we have to verify the developer is a genuine or not. Every app have their developer details on the Play Store. So obviously we can think about it, and then only we can go for this. So if the application is not used for the so much time, then you can be uninstalled. Avoid the applications which are asking for memory clean, like a scanner we are using. Otherwise, battery optimizers, if you are saying, you cannot use it. Why? Because the permissions which it is taking is a higher and a dangerous permission. So we can be avoid those all actually. And always what we have to use, so better use some antivirus in your device. At least one antivirus if you are using, that is better for you. At least somehow it can be helpful to you. Okay, so do not install the application from any third party actually. So don't go with any third party like a APK Pure and like that. So many applications, APK Mirror we have. So many other third party applications are there. Sometimes you will get a APK directly from that WhatsApp. So then we'll try to install that application. You cannot do like that. It is not a trusted. So you have a Play Store. So go ahead with that actually. And any URLs are these if you are getting. So don't click on that directly. It can be leads to the phishing. Okay, SMS phishing can be happen. So that's what we have to verify that, and you can be checked from that. So what are the applications? What is the functionality of that application? And what are the permissions it is asking? These all we have to be checked. And this recently we know that UC browser and Truecaller and Cam Scanner is completely blocked. Why? Because it is doing so much malicious things, and these applications are try to root your device also. So that's what we have to be keep it in a very proper way, and then we have to be avoid in a way like that. So you cannot give any permissions. You cannot make Truecaller as a by default messenger, by default caller to you. In that case, what it is doing, it is getting the data actually. It is getting this all the people's data. You can see here how this is getting the data, and it is getting this data and it is storing somewhere. And whenever there's some critical memories, some of the sensitive information it is getting from this, immediately it is storing the data in their servers actually. That's what I'm saying. These are the applications are more dangerous for us actually. So now it comes to here. Sorry, where we are. Okay, the next one when we are seeing here, then whatever the threats nowadays we are saying, then anything on the mobile, if was one threat was happened means that should be part of this threat only. Like a hidden app, the application may be hide inside, means some attack was happened means compulsory that should be somewhere it is related to this only. It won't go behind this one. So hidden applications, you can say that. So just now I told that application itself, it is providing, so itself it is provoking the user to install the other application. When you install that other application, it won't show on your surface. So it will be stay inside of the device. Why? Because the hidden applications most of the time they don't have any proper icon. You cannot see the icon on your surface, first of all. The second thing, so where it is, what is that permission it is taking, from where it is taking, this all we are unaware. So that's what we have to check, whether any hidden application is there or not inside the device. If it is there, then immediately we have to be uninstall. Okay, so then mobile phishing. This phishing, we know that in a SMS way it can be, or it can be through the websites. Okay, so that phishing attack we know very well now. So that look and feel everything it will be same, but when you click on that, so when you enter the data, that can be read by the third party, and those people can be get your complete data actually. Okay, this is one way that phishing can be happen. That fake apps. So just now I told that developers and nothing, we don't know any thing properly, but it is looking like so genuine in the Play Store. When you install them, after that it will be exposed so many attacks actually, so much data it can be start stealing. So that is the one thing. And the malware, spyware, adware, these three are very common thing in especially when we are taking inside of the device. We know that some of the device, some of the applications will ask for mic permission, and it will ask for the contact permission, and it will ask for the camera application. You know something? So some of the devices in your home also, if you have the cams and these are which connected to your device, most of the time they will capture the pic and it will be stored in their servers also, cloud also it will be stored. So then that means, yes, it is good in a one way, but the same time even it will be affect us. So what is that in that second way when I'm talking? So it can be get our very so much sensitive personal images also, it can be get it, and it will be sent to somewhere else. It will be posted in the dark web. So these all are the things. And adware, we know that very well. So then ads will be imposed continuously, and it will be redirected to so many screens. You can see when you are using even browser also, when you click on something by mistakenly, and the 2 to 3 another tabs it will be opened by default. Okay, the same thing even with even you can observe with this spyware. So where it can be store your all recording calls actually. That means when even you're talking also, the mic will be active, and then it will get the information. You can see the same thing in your Google account once you go and check there. So then sometime you can see some information it is getting. So the information it can be that your mic related things, and these all actually. And the ransomware, IoT threats and Wi-Fi threats we discussed in the starting thing only. So where IoT means all the devices and everything will be connected in this mobile or something. If one device is compromised, then all the devices will be compromised in that home. We can say that very simply. Nowadays we are hearing that this is one router, if you are keeping, then everything will comes under this only. Then what if that router will be compromised? What if any one device will be compromised? That means not only my mobile and all my family's mobile and family members mobile, and that smart devices, whatever I have, everything will be compromised now. So that's the thing. And Wi-Fi threats and data leaks, we can know that very well. So that how the data can be sent to another device when we are transferring. We know nowadays we are using the smart bands where the Bluetooth and everything will be connected, and then when we are calling from here, and these all our data can be when we are talking, and these all can be captured. And second thing, data leaks can be happen whenever that you are sending some files to by using NFC and these all when you are doing. So what about on that air, if it is captured by any third party man in the middle attack, this can also be possible in this, and data can be captured. Okay, and misconfiguration of the device. See the small thing here. So misconfiguration, these are the some of the basic things the configure in the device we have to be checked always. So by changing these settings, we can be handle the data carefully. That's what we have to be check the configuration of the device carefully. You can see that most of the time we can see that backup my data will be. So always it should be disabled. Whenever you want, that time only just enable it, or else don't enable it. Okay, the device with you, so the data is not lost any case, correct? So when so then this backup my data and this when you are doing, So whenever you need, every day morning you want to do, just do it and even turn off. But don't keep it as a continuously. Why? Because the photos and these all can be go for the next level actually. Correct? That's what we have to be configure our device properly. You have to check with the device properly. Smart lock is a one where on body detection it will be, and some locations you can keep it. So always what we will do, so when you are traveling in a bike or something, so we don't have a time to be take it and apply the screen fingerprint or these all. By just tap on that, by showing that palm like that, we can be unlock it immediately. So that kind of smart lock it will be. So these actually there are advantages and disadvantages both we have in a case. So one what we have to do most of the time, just turn it off and just go ahead with this trusted place one. Next you can see that any place if you enter there, it is we unlock automatically. And then once you came out of from, you can think so your home and this if you have, then you can do this one. And always this one ads personalization, Google itself it is asking for about that ads actually. So then where you have this option, so ads personalization are completely avoid, means don't show anything like that it will be. So opt out that ads personalization, then it could be reduce that ads, and if it is any appropriate ads it is coming, then immediately it will be stopped. The system itself it will be stopped. This is one of the dangerous and most important permission for all the apps. So then location history, if you are giving, you can see that correct from last 5 years where you traveled. So if your device is connected anywhere, if your device is connected to GPS, and then means your mobile data is enabled and you given the location is enabled. So that's it. In all the cases, such a way like that. So it will be the location things will be the location will be given to okay. The location details will be sent to that cloud, otherwise it will be stored in the Google itself. So that's what we have to be more careful about the location service. Why? Because the Google will be track every moment it will be tracked. That's what I'm telling. Last 5 years, wherever you are, the day where you are, everything we can be show on your Google account if your location is enabled and the data is enabled. So that's what we have to be delete always this history. Okay, so always you can turn off the location, that is the best one, and automatically wipe. This should be enabled. Why? Because if you lost the data, if somebody given that wrong pattern for the more than 10 times like that, then immediately the data will be why? Because the device may lost and may I can find it later. But meanwhile, if somebody got it and they get my data, so that is very difficult to me. So that's what data we have to be wipe it, and we have to be wipe the data always. And last screen notification. This is an interesting thing actually. So recently also one of the major one issue was happened in India only I'm expecting. So one of the guy he thought like that device is locked and he kept in just besides to him and he slept actually. The morning when he woke up and he saw his the messages, he lost means he spent more than that 1.5 lakhs on the night overnight. So how was it happen? So his kid is playing with these games, and whenever he needs some weapons or something, then he just started giving his father's he started using his card. So card is not sufficient, then obviously OTP it will ask. So what is happening? The OTP is coming on the screen. So every time the OTP is coming, then he is trying to enter it and again he is using. So that means that's what we have to be stop these notifications on the screen. Which application you want, just for them only you can give. For any financial application is there, then you cannot give this notification on the screen. Better you can directly off it, not an issue it is. Okay. Hide sensitive information content, it will be that you can be opted actually. So this is the way we can be this is one of the dangerous one, unknown resource. Just I told that you have to be opt out, and updates and all we have to be check actually. Always check that update, and then you have to be updated. Don't give a permission directly auto update. Okay, so why? Because it can do that more so many things apart from what we are expecting. So that's what we have to be more careful with this one. And small here, we can see this phishing SMS and how we can be get it. You can see this one, you got a lottery and otherwise some amount is released and this it is stopped here like that, it will be, you can get it. So when we click on the URL, it will be redirect to that websites and it is looking like so genuine actually. So the phishing pages, you can see this. This is the same thing you can see that when you are trying to pay any amount or anything with the city. So the same thing, these are the phishing things they are doing actually. Okay, so means by clicking this, it is redirected. So that's what when the message you got it. So then first of all, read it exactly. What is that? Whether that is relevant to you or not. If it is relevant also, then better type this the same thing in the website and then verify it whether it is asking whether it is looking like a malicious or this. Then only can. On clicks are more important in the applications in an Android device, so you have to be more careful with that actually. Okay, these are the things you can say, one Oppo rupee, and these all the phishing pages are created through this SMS. It is SMS, you will get it, and now when you click on this one, it will be redirected to this one. Yeah. Okay, then we can see this charts now actually. Um, this is this is from my end actually, and now we will going with this your doubts. So stop sharing my screen. Yes. So doubts we can be started actually. Startable in this one. Why Beam app uh, or UPI apps ask for the manage call permission? Yeah, sir. Chaitanya sir. So then these applications, when Beam and this UPI ask for the managing calls permission, the only one thing, when you are activating this application anytime, so and whether this is deactivated anytime, then it will should be active through the SMS actually. So that time it is taking your contacts and then the message it is reading, and this all it is doing. Actually that Android now it is combined these contacts and this SMS permission with this caller actually. So that's what it is asking, especially for that sending and reading of that message. You can maybe you also observe that one when you are verifying your number and this one message it will be sent actually, and again it will be received automatically. After that it will activate. So I hope you observe it. And the next, Rakesh Yadav sir. So how can we check if any malicious activity is being performed by an app in the mobile? First things are always just go and check the permissions. What is the functionality of that application and what permissions it is asking? Both are matching or not. Second thing, it will be drain your battery, obviously. So that's what you can check whether this device, how much percentage of battery it is consuming. This is the second thing. And third thing, whether it is opting that battery optimization permission. That means that other means the system won't stop this application anytime once it get a permission of battery optimization. That means even it is running in a background continuously, the service it is continuously running and it will 24/7 it is observe the device. So but system won't stop this one now. Why? Because you opted it for that battery optimization permission is granted this one. So based upon this you can say that apart from this one, apart from this application will impose so many ads most of the time, otherwise irrelevant data it will be show, and sometimes it won't properly work. If you click on something, some other data will be open. If you are typing something, the same text won't be applied in this one. So such a way like that it will behave. Okay, but major thing, verify this service is running continuously and what are the permissions it is taking, and battery consumption how much, and is whether it is going with that battery optimization. These are all the things we have to be observed this, Rakesh sir. And then Manoj Bapna is in many apps without allowing it doesn't go further. What do you like to access to camera and galleries? See, that's what some applications are compulsory needed this permission, Manoj sir. So suppose just a thing like that, one camera application is there. Camera no, just a scanner application is there. So scanner application obviously needs the camera permission. Why? Because you can capture the pics and then you can scan it. Sometimes it can be asked for the gallery permission also. Why? Because from the gallery also you have documents, it should be get it. But the same application, if it is asking for manage the calls, otherwise manage that contacts, if it is asking for the location permission, then somehow we have to think why. So why this scanner application want to be record your calls? Why this scanner application needs the location permission? Okay, so some of the application will ask, so you cannot do. Now WhatsApp is there, obviously it will ask for the camera and gallery. Why? Because you only capturing the so many things, you are sending so many documents, so compulsory it needed. to perform that operation, it needs that. But sometimes without that application, no need anything, but still it is asking. So then you have to be thinking about that. That's what I told that Torch application. It is asking more than 45 permissions. How that? Why the Torch application need that many? So that according to that functionality of that application, you had to be think about these permissions, whether you can be. And even once if it is thinking like that, you are thinking like that, it is a harmful permission. Whenever you want, you can give it to that and again deny it. You can go for that applications app info. There you will see the permissions. Immediately disable the permission for that. And again, when you are using that time, you can. Means I know that we have in urgent works and these all. Sometimes we don't get that much time, but it is a secure mechanism. I hope that is clear to you, sir. Then Rishabh Jain next. Sir, in case we have to use app like Truecaller, then which all permissions should be blocked and which one should be allowed? To be frankly, sir, this application is completely malicious. Don't use this application if you're asking me as advice. Okay. So why? Because it is having so many permissions which don't need at all actually. I cannot list out also. Why? Because uh, according to the functionality of this app you're taking, the initially it is tell only the Truecaller, only the name it should be show. But later itself it is converting into the caller application. Later itself it is trying to that behave like a default SMS permission. And you can observe it. Sometimes it will ask for that modify changing settings. This permission also by default it will take, means that some special permissions I told. So these are very, very malicious. So we cannot, if you're asking frankly, then don't use this application. Still, if you want to, then don't make this application as a by default Truecaller, by default caller, by default messenger. Never keep this application. How from the Manoj, how much iPaytm? iPaytm. I actually, sir, I don't know about this iPaytm. So Ola, Uber, etc. are safe because need of day, please. See, sir, actually these applications are very, very crucial. I don't know about this iPaytm, but the rest of Ola and Uber I know. So that Ola and Uber are the main. We can understand that the people want to be travel, they want to be use it. So never store any data, means the card details or these are never store in this one. So always avoid that one. And the second thing, location permission, one is the major thing these people are tracking always, you people. So that's what whenever you need, that time only allowed to the location service. That means go and disable the location permission. Once you given, okay, no problem. But after you use that, once the ride is completed, just close that location permission. That means deny that one. After whenever you want to open that, immediately it will ask. Immediately in the fraction of seconds, it will be detect one. So no problem that. The same time, I'm thinking if it is a Paytm app, like a wallet app. So in that case, the wallet applications, first of all, verify whether these applications, the permissions, whatever it is asking, so whether those are genuine or not. Second thing, these wallets are registered with our financial, like RBI related or not, we have to be checked. That is the one thing. And before that, one more thing I can say that when you are going to be scanned, when you are going to be scanned and GPay or like that, if you are doing, better avoid the scanning. Just ask them the mobile number, do the transaction through the mobile number. Don't scan some QR codes. Why? Because it is daily necessity. I know that people are going to the even small tea shop also, the 5 rupees it is, they're saying simply go and scan it. So that's what, better ask a mobile number and do with that. That is the best way in my opinion. And Manoj sir, these days just getting lab reports or invoices, the app asks for the accessing the camera, location and others, what to do? Yes, sir. This is absolutely true. Agree with you completely. So it is asking the camera and these all the same thing. Again, I'm saying after usage of that, immediately stop that. Okay. Don't allow it completely. Once you scanned it, once you forward it, done. Okay. Then immediately go for that app info and you can be disabled. Hardly it will take that 20 seconds. So you again, when you need it, then you can enable it. The app itself, it will ask. So don't worry then. We no need to be go there and enable it. The app itself it asks. So whenever you need, just on that time you can be disable it. That is sufficient then. After your current need is completed, then disable it. And next, Payal Sharma is asking, sir, is it secure to Amazon Pay payment method or any other payment method it is Uber or Ola? See, always, this is my opinion. I am not saying that all wallets are malicious or like that. In my opinion, Beam is good. Why? Because the permissions and the how it is checking the device is very good actually. So why? Because it is checking some basic parameters, secure parameters. It is verifying. That's what I can say that. In my opinion, Beam is one of the best. Why? Because all these UPIs are interrelated to the Beam only again. If you are using the Amazon Pay payment or these are, instead of that, you can use the Beam directly. Okay, so that all wallets are secure in a case. Why? Because we are doing so many transactions with that. But I'm telling that better go with that Beam. That could be better. Why? Because when we are checking with the parameters and some of the verification of the device, that is very good actually. So that means Amazon payment, it don't have any other specific functionality. It is part of the Amazon. And you can see that GPay and these all. GPay is always tie up with the G Suite applications. Means whatever you are having the name or somewhere in your Gmail, that obviously reflecting here actually. So GPay and these all. So that's what we are telling. So go with that method, means one which can be more little secure than other applications, I can say that. But in my, I cannot say that this is only most secure one. In my opinion, I thought like that actually. Okay, so Beam is, why I'm saying the Beam means Beam is checking everything, whether device is rooted or not, or sometimes even if it connected to some of the device, sometimes it is saying that so payment is delaying so much due to that and payment is not happening. So these are so many mechanisms will be actually. So that's what I'm suggesting. Okay. Any other doubts? I've already taken much time, I'm thinking so. Professor, I consumed most of your time, I have thought. Okay, any other doubts? Any other doubts? Okay then. Thank you one and all. It's a great opportunity to meet, to discuss with you about the mobile security. Hope somehow you also got awareness about this device. So please maintain that permissions ones and which you are using daily in your life, whether that application is using these permissions properly or not, and whether if you are connected to any Wi-Fi, any hotspot, if you open these all, you have to verify how many members are added into that, and these all you have to be properly verify every time. Okay, any smart devices in your home you have, so what is happening with the devices also we have to check continuously. And most important thing, updates. Go always with the updates. That could be best solution. And maintain at least one antivirus, and otherwise that one of the best solutions like CDAC, mKavach and these all. So that is also one of the best thing to be notified. Yeah, thank you one and all. So that's it from my end. Naresh sir, can I close my session?
Sunil ji,
Yes, sir.
hello.
Yes, sir,
Sorry
you
to
can.
interrupt, sir. Hello.
Yeah.
Sunil ji.
Naresh sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the session.
I'm closing this. Yeah, sorry one and all. Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Sir, we'll take a short break of 5 minutes, sir. Naresh, sir.
We have to request sir only. Sir.
Yeah, Mr. Naresh, yeah, let them take 5 minutes, then we'll make it all right. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let us
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Yeah, please, all the participants, please have a 5-minute break and join back. Okay.
Sir, 11:15 will come back, sir.
11:15,
Yeah.
huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
No.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
It's
Pravesh
10,
ji,
11, 10 now, yeah.
Yeah,
5 minutes
Pravesh
is
ji,
fine,
I
sir.
requested,
Sir.
Yeah, no
kindly give instructions to the trainer. We should.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Strictly follow guidelines.
Yeah, no
Start
problem.
rec-
Please take
stop
5 minutes break
recording.
and join back 11:15. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Mr. Naresh, have you given me sharing privilege?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir, yes.
I'll
Yes.
give you, sir. This
Yes,
Pravesh
yeah.
here, I'll give you, sir.
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
please,
Mr.
please. Yeah.
Pravesh is coordinating this event, sir. Yeah. Pravesh, can you please stop the recording?
Yeah,
Yes,
he's
sir.
from your side, huh?